Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing? Um, as you know, I walk and run a lot in the neighborhood and going to the gym. And as you could see in the grass, as when I warm up, I'll start running. The old man type of stuff, though, easy on your knees. And over the last several months, I've seen so much dog poop around, and it really bothers the heck out of me. At times, I've stepped in it, and I think you can imagine the way I felt during those times. And I've also noticed a few times there's a gentleman who seems to be new to the neighborhood. I hadn't met him, just seen him from the distance. He's got several big dogs that he'll just let them run around without a leash. And I just I've seen and even recorded where it was him and his dogs. And I've complained, to Mama about it, and been meaning to talk to a few the HOA people. And it just so happened today, just a few minutes ago, over the last 30 minutes. Well, I've seen him twice today. He had his dog on the leash, and he was, walking towards me, also walking his dog. And he stops, very nice smile, and he stops and introduces himself, and I said, well, I just moved here from a couple of miles down the road, and just dealing with a lot of stuff, and his dad passed away, and you could tell that he's been going through a bunch of stuff. And this is the person who I felt differently about the first time I've seen him. And listening to his stuff, it's just my perception, my views, my feelings towards this individual changed instantaneously. And I was kind of embarrassed to have those feelings that I had about him. Just changed, just vanished all of a sudden, the way I felt about him before. And so we talked, exchanged some pleasantries, and we were on our way. He told me where he lived, where I lived, and offered to continue the discussion. So as I'm still continuing my exercise, and he rolls around, 20 minutes later, and he stops me again. He's in his car. I guess he was going to the store to buy some groceries. And again, with a big smile on his face, and so happy and excited to see me. And we continued the conversation with the same conversation of the issues that he was having. I exchanged phone numbers with him and said, man, I'm sorry. I haven't been a good neighbor. When I knew you moved, I should have, came and knocked on your door, introduced myself, and I said, man, anything I could do in the future, keep in touch. You know where I live, you got my phone number. Any way, shape, or form I could help, in anything that you're dealing with. Please don't hesitate. And I apologize again for several times for not being a very good neighbor, not reaching out to him, and just wanted to share that with you guys, and reminding myself again, in just like my previous messages, don't judge anybody. You don't know what somebody's going through. And it reminded me of a story I heard some years ago, where a guy walks into a subway with several kids, before just yelling and screaming, and the subway was very quiet, and everybody was sitting there silently, quietly enjoying their peaceful trip to either home or to work or whatever. And this whole scene changed immediately when this this man walked in with his children, who were very rowdy, very, very loud, screaming, and just changed the whole mood. And maybe it was a guy like me who reaches over and said, "Sir, can you please better control your kids?" And he leans over. It's almost like he's been sleeping and unaware of what's going on. And he says, I'm sorry. You're right. I should do a better job. We just came back from burying their mother, who was terminally ill for quite a while. And this person who, you know, who thought he contained himself for quite a while, not criticizing this man in the beginning, but after really he couldn't contain himself, and complained to this man about controlling his kids. But he felt guilty that others did and he didn't. And just in business and in life, I become a complainer. I'm a critic, short-tempered at times. Experiences like this, I want to remind myself, let's not judge. Let's be more empathetic. Be the change you want to see in the world, guys. That's all. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.